107.1 Highland FM.
You're listening to Highland FM 107.1, the heart of the Highlands. I'm JennX, and this is Monday Matters. And we have the divine Miss Zemiro, Julia.
That's correct. Hello, Jen.
In the
How
house.
Are you? How are you?
Pretty excited.
Well, I didn't know that Highland FM was in this building. I went walking all the way down Station Street there for a moment, and I thought, hang on. It's not technically on station, but it is station. I found it.
You went to the opposite side.
It's cosy. I love it.
It is cosy. And we are a community station that has actually risen from the corona ashes, and it has really taken off. A lot of community radios have closed down, lost their funding, lost their sponsorship.
It's just awful.
And we have risen from the ashes. So
well done you.
Yeah.
We know the community radio is so important for the community and getting the word around about what's happening, for entertainment, to keep a smile on our faces, to know what's happening. And it's also always the breeding ground for people to go on to what they're doing next. So Sam Pang did community radio, who I used to do Eurovision with for 5 years, doing breakfasters on Triple R in Melbourne. Now breakfast gets paid, no one else does. All the other shifts you do voluntarily.
Wow.
But breakfast, they agree to pay them something quite, minimal, but you are getting up at 5 a.m. And Kate Langbrook started there, Angus Sampson started there. So many people start in community radio because it's a wonderful opportunity to be creative and do what you want. You put in your thing.
And supporting your local area as well.
Always.
So I guess where I really need to start off is a big thank you for Fire Aid. You made the day. You made it very, very special for us here in the Highlands. We needed that. And Highland FM was a big part of supporting John Waters and Leo with it. And a lot of the people who were from Highland FM were out there. And they all kept saying, with the fire trucks and
getting all the kids who are getting lost and getting them. Look, I've done so many big gigs in my life, and when John asked me, I thought, I'd love to do something for my community now that I live down here. But I have to say, on the one hand, it was so well organised. John and his team were incredible. And on the other thing, I could also feel that the audience were needing an opportunity to have a sing, to have a yell,
and breathe.
To have a breathe.
Yeah.
We lucked in on a beautiful day. The day before and the day after were so hot and smoky, but that day had this cool breeze. Several times during the day I said, open your arms, everyone, feel that breeze coming in. And I just felt like, you could sense that people wanted to yell and sing. And it's so interesting to me because here we are now in COVID, and
a world away,
and discovering that the arts community are not eligible for job keeper, and it's the artists that come forward and go, we'll do this show for free. But not even that, it's more that people need music, and they need film, and they need radio, and they need, video games. Video games are voiced by professional performers. That's how they make their money. All the things that help you get through this hideous time. I mean, you could see the faces, and I'm afraid I can't remember the photographer. There were a couple of amazing photographers taking photos that day. But the images of the audiences, I mean, their faces are aglow with just relief and delight.
It stays
and joy.
in your heart, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
it's priceless.
And afterwards, people saying we should do it again, we should every year. And I'm very happy to do it every year. But there was something kind of special about how John and Leo got this thing together in the matter of days.
And Daryl Braithwaite as well.
It was
someone from
incredible.
Melbourne,
so many people going, I need to be there and I want to help out, because we were so outraged by what was happening. And now we're in this different time. We're in this other weird COVID time where has the focus shifted a bit. We can't forget what happened in January, and we can't forget what will happen in a year when we maybe have turned an eye away from COVID. let's look at how we can live differently and build things differently, I wonder.
Yeah, and we had John Waters come in just after the fire aid, and it was through the corona. He actually came into the studio, which was absolutely beautiful to have him here. And we talked about where the money was going and how it was being spent, and he actually spent like an hour here. It was actually really lovely, and he said he thought it was awesome how he had the keys to Bong Bong Racecourse for like the weekend. Like, who gets the keys to a racecourse?
That is such a great venue. Like, I know the races are there, but that is a perfect kind of bowl with that.
Because you got the hill.
The hill going up and the trees on the top. To have more gigs there, and I wonder if, they should get them going, because I'd go.
He said he was up for doing it again.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I think, once all this is over, I know my daughter's looking forward to seeing Harry Styles' concert in November.
Is he coming here?
Yeah, he's coming to Australia.
Is he?
Yeah.
You've got finger on the pulse.
Because
Jen,
I have a teenager.
She's all over it.
Yes.
He's still coming. Harry. I mean, look.
Hasn't cancelled yet.
He's gorgeous. No one's saying. But there's a lot of the Mick Jagger about him, isn't there, Jen?
I love his 80s style, high pants he's wearing. He's wearing the pearls at the moment.
Very high pants. Well, look, that'll be
and
great.
Did you know he has 3 nipples?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like that is an urban myth. Has he physically shown them to us?
Well, so my child tells me.
Well, she'd know. She'd know.
They would know the ins and outs.
The fandom of it. I know. There's so much fandom of it.
Now, I have to salute you. Like, Eurovision rock quiz.
She's not actually saluting me, but she's just doing it with
I'm just
her hands.
like, hail. And you got a pair of skates for your birthday.
I did.
I was stalking you.
Yeah.
And I'm an old skate queen.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. But I've had 2 knee replacements.
Yes, right.
So I am really envious and jealous. I would love to have done an interview with you with skates on. Well, it'd be a slow interview. I'll tell you that now. It'd be a funny interview.
Okay, it might have been a slight impulse buy of COVID. I'll tell you why. So, like, maybe we were like a couple of weeks into COVID, maybe, and my birthday was coming up. My partner's like, "What'd I get you?" And I had an idea that if I could find, I didn't want them new even, secondhand roller skates. Because I was getting a bit out of shape, I thought they might be more fun than just walking or cycling. You might enjoy doing a bit of roller skating. And it's harder than I remembered, because I did do a little bit of it when I was 15. My balance was pretty good. But all of a sudden, as you say, I've got 53-year-old knees now, and you're just going, will you?
You say that so gracefully, 53.
53-year-old. Well, I mean,
I'm struggling. I'm turning 50 in August, and I'm like, ugh.
Age has never been a thing for me.
No, I've noticed that.
No, I mean, I don't. I just feel
because you're young in spirit.
I guess
with home deliveries.
Yeah, I guess. But I'm aware of the decades. Sure.
So you didn't sort of gas at turning 50?
No.
Wow, power to you.
No, I don't. Well, I don't buy into what you should be doing at 21, what you should be doing at 30, what you should be doing at 50. I'm excited. I'm excited because it's another era. Yeah, everyone's allowed. You're allowed to reinvent yourself. Yeah. I always think it's a time to go. I don't know. It's like we all like a nice round number, but you hit 40 or 50, and you think, well, what else could I be doing, or how could I change my life, or what do I do more of or less of? And, with me, in terms of television work, how you look can make a difference. So I don't look 53 particularly. No. But if I did, I might get less work. I don't know, as it is in TV. But Home Delivery, luckily, is a show that is not so much about how I look. I don't have to be a certain... You've been doing that a long time too. Yeah. We've just finished our 8th series. And you've just done one recently here with the Chaser Boys. Barrel. We were that excited. So Craig Rucastle from Barrel, he's the only one of those Chaser Boys that has a public... secondary school education. Wow. So that was particularly interesting to me because I believe in public education. And his teacher, Rowan, came back to Barrel High. He was crying. They had such a connection. We weren't expecting that. Yeah. And it was a beautiful day. And again, what I love about doing home delivery is that if we can highlight an amazing teacher, that's great. So we will. There's another teacher in a couple of episodes coming up. Yeah.
I've got a question. Who has been your most favourite person to interview?
Oh, so unfair. So unfair.
There has to be one that just goes, okay, stands out.
Oh, there's so many stand out for different reasons.
Yeah,
like
I can
you're
imagine.
mentioning Dave Faulkner before, and Dave Faulkner from Hoodoo Gurus. We went to Perth to do him. I just adore him. He's been on Rock with so many times.
The other night, I was having a really crap day, and I got home, put the TV on, just needed to really zone out. Rock Quiz was on there. Dave Faulkner's there. And I'm like,
I know.
Thank you.
He's heaven.
Yeah, but so are you.
Oh, well, thank you. But I can't sing like he does.
No,
what I love to hear is the singing. But look, if there was an episode that, particularly stands out, I suppose it was Sam Neill going to New Zealand with him.
That's what it was. Casey and I are sitting here going, because we're just mentioning it's Meryl Streep's birthday today.
Is it?
Yes.
I love her so much.
And then I went, a dingo stole my baby.
Yes.
And then we were talking about that. And then Sam Neill came into the conversation, and then it was like, because Casey's just come back from a winery tour in Mudgee.
Hello.
And then I just went, oh, Sam Neill's got
2 paddocks.
Yeah, 2 paddocks.
2 paddocks Pinot
Yeah,
Noir.
yeah.
He got us all a bottle. I know. That's the kind of guy he is. He's got them he gives it to his little present or thing. But I guess it was that he is a great storyteller.
Oh, yeah.
And he shared a lot of himself on the day.
And Brian Brown.
I haven't done Brian.
Oh, no, but his interpretation on their relationship was awesome. I loved it. Yeah.
So, and going to New Zealand is a treat any old time. Like
it's like a warm embrace, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And every time nature's all around you, and the Maori culture is all around you, and I feel very lucky when I get to go to gigs like that and get to go to New Zealand. We've been a few times for a few guests.
So who's someone that you would love to interview?
Well, I always say the same person, hoping that somehow it'll magically happen.
Because that's what happened if you put it out there. Like what I did with you.
I've been putting it out for 8 years now, Jen, and nothing's happened.
Well, it's going to happen.
Well, no, not now that we can't fly anymore.
That's just for today.
It was an international. Björk.
Oh, yes.
Also
with the swan dress?
Yeah, also because of where she comes from. I think to go to Iceland, and she talks a lot about how the landscape shaped her art. And I have such images always when I listen to her music and it's in that great film clip too. I think it's Hyper Ballad, I'm not sure, but it's like there's a sort of a plane just flying over, and we're just getting an idea of all the volcanic nature of that island. I don't think it'd be an easy interview, but I would just love to walk through parts of Reykjavik with her and go, because she was a kid singer and a bit of a kid actor as well, and talk to her about how her landscape made her. You know, they've got a very strong feminist movement in Iceland, just how she was brought up. Sounds like she's got very free-thinking parents. That would be my dream.
107.1, the heart of the Highlands.